Hey guys, welcome back to our channel CMA with Logic. So today I'll be going to share what is the plan for the next 15 days. What I have planned is I have created a target group where we will be going to cover audit in the next coming 15 days. Like by the end of this 30th November, we will be finishing it off our entire full syllabus audit once. Okay. So for that, what up to what extent I can help you out is I'm going to highlight all the keywords like you can see it over here. I have written it over here that this part you have to learn it, you have to remember it, and this you can ignore it. Then I have highlighted all the keywords over here. Okay, so once the highlighted part you come to know what is the keyword for each and every particular answer. Okay, then it becomes very easy for you to just focus on those keywords. Try to remember how you need to find the tricks to remember logically. Okay, then what we will going to do is at the end of the day you have to submit whatever chapter I'm giving it. You have to just write it, all the small points, all the keywords. You have to write it, whatever whichever I have highlighted. Without seeing, you have to write it. Okay, so once you have to recall, you have to write it. Okay, there will be lots of points you will going to eliminate it while writing it. It's completely fine, but at least 50 percentage, I can guarantee that at least 50 percentage you will be able to recall the things and you will be able to write it out. And then rest 50 percentage, no worries. While doing second revision and third revision, you will be able to cover at least 80 to 90 percentage of the things you can able to recall it. Okay, during your exam time. Okay, so I have highlighted all the keywords. We will be covering each and every particular chapter. Yesterday, I have given audit documentation. This chapter is very simple, and wherever I have strike it off, you can completely ignore that part. It's completely irrelevant. Okay, not even for a single mark. Okay, it will going to test it, and then you have to cover all the illustrations. Okay, once you are completing the concepts, okay, whichever part I have highlighted, once you complete that, you have to just jump on to the question answer part. Okay, so this question answer part you have to do on your own, and wherever I have highlighted MCQ, do focus on that. Wherever I have written important learn, so do remember that part. Okay, you have to remember it, you have to recall it, then you have to write it in the piece of notebook. Okay, so that for your 1.5 days before your examination, you will be able to prepare your own summary notes. Okay, you don't need to refer your module again. So this is how we will be going to do for the next 15 days. For chapter audit documentation, I have done it. Ethics and terms of audit engagement, I will be sharing it today in the group. So how you can get these notes? You can get it from our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Okay, I have completely like this part you can completely ignore. This part you can completely ignore except this yellow part. Okay, what is mean by ethics? You can just read out this line. It's completely fine. What is the purpose of assurance engagement? You need to enhance the confidentiality of the users. Okay, then what is professional ethics is based on the morality. Okay, so wherever I have strike it off, you can just completely ignore it. Since I have read it line by line and I have highlighted each and every part, which is very important. Okay, so you can trust us. And wherever I have written it important, learn, there you have to learn it. For example, in integrity, the important keyword is straightforward and honest. Then fair dealing, truthfulness. Okay, if you're not willing to associate, you should not be associated with any report, written communication, or other information where it states that it has some materiality false, misleading false, materiality false or misleading statements are there. Okay, in those reports, returns, or communication. Okay, so you should not be associated with such returns, reports, and communication where the where it states that it is false or misleading statement. Okay, so it deals about the integrity. So I have highlighted for the objective also there is a keyword that is biasness, conflict of interest, and undue influence. Okay, so these three keywords you have to remember it and you have to write it. Okay, you have to reproduce in your exam paper. Okay, so complete chapter I have highlighted it, which are all parts you have to remember, and wherever necessary I have given a charts also, okay, which becomes easy for you. For example, here and like under what situation, under what circumstance, change of terms of audit engagement will be done. Okay, if it is reason, if the reason is very justifiable, if the management says that we will going to change the terms of engagement and that reason is very justifiable, then you can definitely agree with the new terms of engagement. If the reason is unjustifiable, then you should not be able to agree, and then you have to continue with the original term. If you are not able to continue with the original term, either you have to withdraw it and you have to report to the other parties, like other legal and regulatory requirement, you have to follow it. Okay, so this is how I have entirely, there was a paragraph given over here, I have converted into a simple chart so that it becomes easy for you. Okay, so this is how you have to learn it. Okay. So here also there is one beautiful, like simple, in the simple English, I have written it so that once you read these things, it's completely fine. Okay. So see, I have highlighted every keywords. I have highlighted it. Okay. So once you complete this, all the keywords, once you start learning it, then please go through the illustrations, case studies, and TYQs. Okay, so these notes you can get it out from our Telegram channel, CA Made with Logic. The link is given in the description box. And the third chapter, I am just preparing it, which is related to SA 500 series, audit evidence. Okay. So here I have written, this is the good summary, which will going to which will going to bring a lot of clarity. If you read out this summary, it can bring lot of clarity. So this summary you have to read it. Okay, so I have strike it out so many contents which are completely irrelevant, you can completely ignore it. Okay, so you just see all those wordings. Okay, audit procedure performed to obtain understanding of entity and its environment, including the internal controls. The same wordings they have used it over here. Okay, you can see it, risk of material misstatement. Okay, understanding the entity and its environment and the risk of material misstatement at the assertion level. So same wordings, and understanding the entity and its environment, the same wording they have used it over here. So I have strike it off this content. If you just remember this content, it's completely fine. Okay. So all the yellow parts, green part, and orange part are the keywords. Okay. So what is meant by recalculation? So it is nothing but mathematical accuracy of documents and the records. Okay, what is re-performance? Independently, auditor will going to perform it, the audit procedure. Okay, originally performed. Okay, that were originally performed. It were actually being performed by the management, but auditor will going to independently. This word is very important. Independent execution of procedure or control that were originally performed. It is already performed by the management, but auditor will going to re-perform it. Okay, so that is the wording re-performance. Okay, then comes analytical procedure. Analytical procedure, meaning is given over here. So what is meant by inquiry? Seeking information from a knowledgeable person. Financial, both financial and non-financial is being covered. Okay, so this part is completely irrelevant, you can just ignore it. Okay, so I have beautifully highlighted which part you have to remember it, which part you can completely ignore. See, once you get the clarity of this thing, okay, which part you have to remember, which part you can completely ignore it and go, audit becomes easy for you. And secondly, for what question, what points you have to write it, okay, that is very important. Okay, for which question, what all points you have to write it. Okay, you have to be like a robot. Okay, if this particular thing was being asked, for example, what are all factors you will be going to consider for audit documentation? So these points you have to write it. One is size, complexity, risk of material misstatement. So these points you have to you have to write it. Okay, so if you come to know about what, for what question what has to be written, it's completely easy for you to learn out the things, and the audit will be very scoreable for you. Okay, for example, the examiner asks what is your name, but you are writing I don't know my name, but I have studied in this school. I have completed this thing. Okay, I have completed my intermediate, and like for example, I have completed my foundation, and I have come into the intermediate. Okay, and I have studied from this school. I have completed my graduation, post graduation, undergraduation. All those blah 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 and all not needed. What is being asked, what you have to write is very important. Okay, I hope you got it. So you can get it out these notes one by one. I'll going to highlight it. Okay, so we'll be posting out in our Telegram channel, and you can get it out from that. Okay, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay connected. Jai Hind.